Let's go back to the phone lines. We'll talk next to Maria, listening in Scottsdale, Arizona. Hi, Maria.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good, thank you.
Good. Thank you so much for taking my call. I just had a question about my father. He recently passed away, and there's been, as with lots of families, I was the only child between my mother and father, and then I had half brothers and sisters, and they're very upset right now with the way things were left, the way my father left things in the will, and I'm heartbroken because I feel like they're mad at me. I have two siblings that are really upset with my mother, and I want to do what's right by God. I don't, no amount of money is worth losing my family, and I don't know what the right answer is, and I just need some advice.
Yeah, well, I think this is one of the things that's so beautiful about a genuine believer. They don't want to win at all costs. They want what's right to be right. And so you look at things from not only your own selfish perspective, but from their perspective as well. And I think to the extent that you do that, you will be blessed. But that does not mean that you have to simply be someone that's run over by the opinions or selfishness of other people. I think you can certainly stand your ground on what is right and what is just. And your father did what your father did. You're not ultimately responsible for that.
Right. Okay, that makes me feel a lot better. Because I didn't know if I should, ask my mom to change things or if I should try to. Everything is basically in a trust, so I really can't touch a lot of what was left because, that's the way Dad did it. But I just want to make sure I'm doing it right. And in the meantime, I feel like I've lost brothers and sisters, and I don't know what to do about it.
Well, what you can do is you can pray. Prayer is always firing the winning shot, and you can pray that God brings people and circumstances into their lives so that their hearts would be healed. Simply capitulating to the desires of someone that is being unreasonable doesn't really affect reconciliation. True reconciliation always comes when people are dealing in honesty and reality.
Yes. So, and I guess the other part is I'm trying to get through, some things were said about me and that were hurtful, and I know I need to forgive and move on, and I guess, do I need to let them know that I love them regardless, or should I just...
Well, I think, Maria, once again, we don't have to set unrealistic standards. And here's what I mean. God objectively offers you and I salvation, but we have to subjectively respond to God's offer or to the wooing of the Holy Spirit for justification to take place, for reconciliation between you and God to take place. And the same thing is true with human relationships. You must be willing to forgive, but you can't make someone want to be forgiven. And therefore, your responsibility is willingness. It is a heart that is willing to forgive, but they, on the other hand, have to truly want to be forgiven. Then reconciliation can take place. So it takes both parties.
Right.
You shouldn't assume the whole of the responsibility, in other words.
Right. That makes me feel a lot better. So I guess my question is, the next step for me, do I need to try to contact them? Do I need to just wait and see what happens?
Well, as God leads, yes. I mean, God will lead you through people and through circumstances. He'll lead you through that still small voice within, through that inner prompting. So when you feel led, then don't harden your heart. But by the same token, I think that your responsibility, again, is to be willing. And as God opens doors for reconciliation, you're there to walk through them. So it's a matter of the heart, ultimately, Maria. And there's no question by the tenor of the conversation as you're having it with me that your heart is in the right place.
Yeah.
And that's what God looks at.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you so much. That makes me feel a lot better because I'm really torn up about it. So, but I know what my dad wanted. We talked about it. So,
Well, bless you, and may God effect reconciliation. Just keep your heart soft and supple and always ready to receive the other person if they want to come back and reconcile.
Right. Okay. Wonderful. Thank you so much, and it's an honor to talk with you. I listen to you as much as I can, as much as possible, and I've learned so much from you, so I appreciate it.
Bless you, Maria. Thank you so much for your call.